Welcome to The Queen's Lair, a lifestyle podcast. Get inspired by our latest tips and information about small business, entrepreneurship, natural hair, travel, food, and even relationships. Stay tuned for another great episode. I am your host, Renee Patrice. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into my podcast once again. I just wanted to lend my thoughts about what I think is a larger conversation about how we respond to people when we don't like what they say. And I'm seeing this uptick in violence, just in general, really. Somebody doesn't like what someone says and, it turns into a violent situation. Rather than a war of words, sometimes it becomes, weapons are used and things like that. So I was saddened to hear about a member of the Migos, Takeoff, who was sadly gunned down. I guess it was probably about 24 hours ago. And it saddens me. We really don't know what the whole story is. Apparently, I believe it happened in Houston. Nobody really knows the whole story, but it sounds like, from what I read, like there was some sort of verbal altercation before everything happened. And, I think that speaks to a larger scope of how we deal with things when we're not happy. Somebody talk crap about our mama, somebody talk crap about us, whatever, even got up in our face or whatever the case may be. Nobody fist fights anymore. You know what I'm saying? Nobody fist fights anymore. Nobody fights fair anymore. Now it is to the extreme, and this includes adults, even kids, because you're seeing a lot of even grade schoolers coming to school with weaponry in their bags and things like that. And some, because they're scared, they may be at the point of being bullied. We've seen that before. We've seen the opposite of that, where people are just coming to intimidate. There's so much happening. And it's really been quite draining to just watch all of these things unfold. And within the hip hop community, there have been there's been like this string of senseless killings that have just really, you don't have to be a fan of hip hop. You don't have to like rap music. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be on your list. But I just think about the families. I think about the young lives that are no longer here. I want to say this brother was 28 years old. 28. Part of a family group, because I want to say that he was the nephew of Quavo. I believe that's how it goes. I think it was a nephew and an uncle. And I believe that Offset, who we know famously as being married to Cardi B, I believe Offset is a cousin of one of the gentlemen. So this is family being affected. You know what I mean? It's just, oh man, it's hurtful. I can't say that the Migos was, on my list of music like that, but I definitely paid attention, to what they were doing and things they do in the community and all of that. They was raised out in Gwinnett County, I believe in Lawrenceville, Maryland. So that's definitely in the suburbs of Atlanta. I guess it's considered the Atlanta metro area, because you have Atlanta proper, and then you have Gwinnett County, Cobb County, and like surrounding areas. And where they grew up was out that way. I feel for their entire family. I feel for that brother's mom, and everyone close to them, music industry folks that I know this has hit them really hard. This kind of likens to when I think I was in college when Biggie was killed. And that call was devastating. It was just, some of us on campus were just walking around like zombies, because we were like, what? It was a really unnerving time where the East Coast, West Coast type beef situation, which I thought was kind of a non-thing anyway, but for some reason it just gave it legs, Oh man, it just hits different, it just hits different. So my condolences to them, but also let's have this larger conversation about how we deal with conflict. Even when somebody says the rudest, nastiest things to you, and how you respond. Because really, the way that life really goes, it's not what people say, but it's how you respond that can make all the difference. You know what I mean? So like I said, we don't know all these details of everything. I'm sure police investigations will go on and we'll learn more. But the overarching thing here is, how do we respond to our peers when it's something we don't like or there's a disagreement? We want to make sure that it doesn't go to these type of extremes, because now you got this young brother who he's gone, and for no reason. No, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to say that people should take disrespect. No, but sometimes there's other ways to deal with it, and we don't know this story in any detail, because a lot of times people are innocently just standing by and they become a victim of a separate situation. We see that happen all the time. So I'm hoping that whatever comes out of this is that people will learn to be more tolerant, that people will learn to respond differently. Just because somebody made you mad doesn't mean you have to respond that way, because you could be putting innocent lives in between, which could very well be this situation. We really don't know. It saddens me. And to people who feel the need to respond this way, I want to talk to y'all too, because there's something that you can do within yourself, that you don't have to feel the pressure of having to prove who you are. I got to respond with violence. I got to respond with this hardness because of whatever. There's something there too. I don't just throw people away. I don't care what you've done in your life. Listen, I've grown up with some wild characters that they ain't getting out of jail no time soon for some of the things that they've done. But I never really write people off like that. I'm just like, okay, they're going to do their time. They're going to serve their time. And it may be for the rest of their lives. But now what are you going to do? Now you need to be in a program to teach other young people, the youth, to not end up like this. Use your time wisely to help others, to not be in your situation. That's the best give back that you can do. You can't take back what you did, but you can educate someone else to not end up where you are. And that would be a major, major thing that you can give to a young person who is feeling on the edge. A young person who feels like they always have to respond in a way that's super aggressive. You know what I mean? Because our youth are going through a lot. And they're carrying so much on their shoulders, so much nonsense, so much put downs. Seeing in the news that, people really don't care about their voice and what they have to say. And when people start feeling like that, you start to see an uptick in these sort of incidences. And I just don't want this to be the start of kicking off more things like this. We have to, find out from the core what's really going on. So again, my heart goes out to all of the folks involved. This is going to be a rough time for them right now. Atlanta and the metro area, Georgia in general, is definitely, the music industry here is monumental. And it has literally come to a bit of a standstill these last, 24 hours. Has been a lot to digest. So, think twice before you make a decision that you can't pull back on. You know what I mean? Think twice. It's so important. But anyway, you guys, I just wanted to share my thoughts on that. I wish it was different. I wish the situation was different. But let's try to prevent anything else like this from happening. I know it's impossible to prevent everything, but sometimes just having a conversation with some, youth that is suffering inside could be the thing that stops them from going into a school, and so many times you see students come back to the school that they went to perform violence. And sometimes it's just paying attention a little closer to the clues, giving them a shoulder to lean on, Like I say, it's not going to be perfect. But sometimes when we pay attention a little bit more and really be each other's keeper, we may be able to be more proactive in these sort of situations instead of reactive, if that makes sense. All right, you guys, I just wanted to get those thoughts out and, connect with me over on Instagram at Onyx Queen Media. And also, again, I am definitely working on probably going to take us into the new year of how I maneuver this podcast. And I got some things that I'm putting into place. There's been a lot of meetings that have been happening. Kind of low energy, if you can hear it in my voice, because there's been so many meetings happening and just so much going on. So I will start unveiling when I have concrete answers for you guys. But as promised, every couple of days or so, I will post on here so that you guys can, hear my thoughts on things as we normally do over here. And, so I will be back in a couple of days. Keep the faith out there, you guys. Don't give up. For those that are feeling frustrated, don't give up. Speak to a therapist, talk to your school guidance counselor, your clergy that you know is trustworthy. You know what I mean? Reach out for help. There's no need to have all these, bottled up feelings and all that sort of stuff. Find someone that you can absolutely trust, that you see is doing good in the community and who truly is who they say they are. Pull them to the side and say, hey, I need help. You know what I mean? Pull them to the side and say, hey, I need help. And if they're not able to help you, they will at least be able to guide you and direct you in a positive way. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Online savings simplified. Don't search for coupon codes ever again. With one click, Honey's smart shopping assistant will automatically apply discounts to your cart in seconds. Save on all your favorite things. Easily pay less for products you're already buying online. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Join Honey for free. It takes 2 clicks to add Honey to your Chrome, Safari, Firefox, or Opera browser. Find savings in seconds. While you shop, Honey will find working promo codes across the entire internet, and you save instantly. With 1 click, Honey will apply the best deals to your cart. It's that easy. So what are you waiting for? Get Honey. Download it today. Visit our link, www.tinyurl.com/ONYXHONEY. That's www.tinyurl.com/Onyx Honey. Start saving right now.